Active Iron conducted a survey recently with 2,400 women in Ireland and the UK on women's experiences with their period, and that they found that cramps is the most frequent symptom that people experience. I think sometimes what we've heard is that there can be a little bit of a hesitancy to take painkillers. Like sometimes people feel that they have to like really need them, or think that it can become less effective if they take them too often. Can you give us a little bit of insight to this, as as a pharmacist, someone that has more information than the rest of us does, maybe bust some myths and give us all the details?
Yeah, because it can be really confusing because there's so much out there, and I think too much choice sometimes is like just totally freaks you out. You don't know what to go for. So again, empowering people to go in and have that chat with their pharmacist. But general, I suppose in terms of medications, so paracetamol is the safest thing you can take. It has been the safest since it first came out, and it's got the least amounts of side effects. It's well tolerated. But for cramping, so cramping is caused obviously by contractions in the uterus. So you want an anti-inflammatory that's going to help. It's going to be an analgesic as well as that anti-inflammatory. But the thing with those, so the way in which they work, so they stop the production of a hormone prostaglandin, and that's responsible for the pain. But what prostaglandin is also responsible for is blood flow to the kidney.
Okay.
So anti-inflammatories like Nurofen, Diclac, they can be really hard on the kidneys. But a general rule, if you're using them for 3 days a month during your period at a dose of 400 milligrams 3 times a day, best taken after food to protect the tummy, totally safe. And to answer your other question, building up a tolerance to them doesn't really happen with things like ibuprofen or paracetamol. Opioids, yes, it does. And, the more you're using them, the more you need to get that kind of pain. Whereas with ibuprofen, there's a ceiling effect. So by taking 800 milligrams, you're not going to get more relief than 400, but you're going to increase the risk of side effects.
I think that's some really useful information for people to have. We're obviously experiencing menstrual cycles on a regular basis, in and around once a month. So I think that hesitancy for people sometimes to take medication, but then they're going through so much pain and finding it really tough to do day-to-day tasks. And I know there's been research into, how periods and menstrual cycle is affecting people in the workplace and, school and college, and can actually be kind of debilitating sometimes.
Yeah, and I think as well as, I think a lot of people always assume they have to reach for medications in order to cure their pains. But I find if you address your diet and lifestyle first, a lot of the times that can help. So in relation to cramping, I would always recommend a hot water bottle. That, for me anyway, that works wonders. So hot water bottle, gentle exercise. So sometimes people overdo it when they're on their periods, and your body is literally contracting inside. So you need to do gentle, yoga, Pilates, walking, swimming. All of those things are great. Another myth, women think they can't swim when they're on their periods, because I would often recommend that. I said, have you gone for a swim? That often helps. And they're, I can't, I'm on my period. Or else like complementary alternative medicine. I don't know if have heard much about that, because it's not really spoken about, but say starflower oil. So that's rich in a GLA, which is an omega-6. So it's an anti-inflammatory. And for a lot of women, they get a reduction in their inflammation and therefore a reduction in pain as well.
And then things like hydration and good sleep as well.
Exactly.